Hi, I'm Jim Hinkledorf. Very hot and sweaty. Hello, young man. What is your name?
My name is Andrew Clinton.
Can you tell us what you're doing here today?
Well, today we're revamping our garden area that we planted last year, at the end of last year.
Why?
Well, we saw it looking a little bit drabby, and we decided to make it look a little bit better.
Who's that helping you?
That's Danielle Hawks, the secretary of the class of 2010. We actually won the community service. We actually won the community service award last year, so we're trying to keep that title.
I've noticed, Mr. Clinton, that you've only have one helper. Where's all your help for penetrating flowers into the dirt?
I honestly, I couldn't tell you. They were here 1 minute, and I looked around and went to go get some water, and they were all gone except for Danielle.
Could you tell Jim Hinkledorf who paid for these flowers today?
I absolutely can. This was the class of 2010. All of this project is sponsored by the class of 2010. Comes directly from our treasury, so...
But who paid for it, really?
Danielle's mom did. Danielle's mom paid for it.
I'm Dan Froelich.
Do you know who I am?
I do.
Who am I?
You're Jim Finkeldorf.
Hinkledorf, you silly man.
Sorry
Hinkledorf.
about that, yep.
Why aren't you help planting the flowers?
I didn't sign up for student government to play in the mud.
What does that mean? Are you better than them?
No.
Are you saying you're better than them?
No.
Why are you better than them?
I'm not.
Then why not help with the flowers?
Because I don't want to get...
Did you know in Austria we have flowers?
I did. Very nice.
After this talk, you think you'll help them?
Maybe.
You're a good man.
I know.
If you don't help, you won't be a good man.
I'll try.
You should help.
I will.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. I'm Jim Hinkledorf, reminding you that the class of 2010 really cares. It's a cloudy overcast. It looks like it's going to rain. Good day.
So, took the SATs the other day before I got sick.
Yeah? How did you do?
Question is how didn't I do?
So how didn't you do?
Good.
So you did bad.
Question is, you did bad.
That wasn't a question.
That wasn't an answer.
I'm asking you for an answer.
I'm asking you for love.
What?
Yeah, I did bad on the SATs. I don't want to talk about it.
What'd you ask before that?
That it wasn't a question.
Speaking of questions and answers, let's go to hallways.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
First of all, why is a round pizza put in a square box?
Because the square box is easier to make.
Because cardboard doesn't come round. By packaging it square, you can fold it easily. Better packaging.
So the cheese doesn't fall off it? You can't make a round box.
What has a better looking legs, a chicken or a seagull?
Seagull. Chicken.
A seagull.
Neither.
Chicken. They taste better too.
If bread is square, why are most lunch meats round?
Well, the processed lunch meats are round. Turkey isn't round. Ham isn't round. The process, because they put it in a tube, gives you that little cylinder look.
So that the meat doesn't go over the sides or anything.
Because the loaf pan is square and animals aren't.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, it's quite simple, actually. So if you believe in evolution, at least, it's very simple. All right, so evolutionary speaking, every species has a whole host of ancestor species, as it were. And so there was some kind of creature that came before the chicken, and this changed eventually when the species had eventually mutated to a point where they could be called something else. Just as we had evolved from some other species. You can look it up in your books or whatever. But so eventually that creature laid an egg, and what hatched from it was a chicken. So this was a chicken egg that had hatched from some other species. So essentially, the thing that came first was the chicken egg.
That's why it's that way.
Hallways is sponsored by Giorgio's Pizza. Thank you.
Thanks, Giorgio's. Sometimes I take pizza cheese, I rub it under my armpits, and it makes...
No.
I take it and I put it with my blocks.
There you go. There you go.
Are you insulting me right now?
What?
Bob told me that when you
What?
give me money, it's because I say something dumb.
No.
No.
Brad,
No.
I don't really mean these things. I only say them because I care about you. And I'm a lot better than you in all aspects of life. And you know this.
I don't know what you just said, but you sounded really nice.
Exactly.
You're a sweet guy. That wraps up about the last bit of time we had on the morning show, so I'll see you some other time.
I'm Dennis Casey.
I don't have a name.
Have a good morning.